1-4A. We get to measure some angles today, you guys. We get to use some protractors. Do any of you have a protractor?
I love my
Yeah? You don't need to get it out yet. We'll get it out in a minute. Well, I want you to pay attention to this first part, and then we'll get it out all at the same time. So, an angle, yes. Yes, I have a plethora. You may. Here's what you need to know. An angle is really just taking two rays, that have the same end point. Okay, so a ray here, for instance, and another ray here, okay, and I just formed an angle. Okay, those rays, so this is my angle. This here represents my angle. Okay, it's that like space in between, if you will. But we say the rays are the sides of the angle. Okay, so these are the sides, one here, a ray here, and a ray here. And then your end point, this point right here, I am confident that one of you knows what you call that point. Even though
end point.
The end point.
I'm so happy that I actually got that. Wait,
It's not the end point. It is the end point. It's the end point of two rays, but there is a name for it once it's a corner. That's not the word. It starts with a V.
Vertex.
The vertex, right? So that end point where they meet is called the vertex. So this is your vertex. Yeah.
Is vertex, like when you find the vertex, isn't that the same thing as finding x in a problem? Like in algebra?
That would be finding the variable, I think you're thinking. Yeah. Vertex is just that point that represents where they come together.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay, so that is an angle. That's what an angle looks like. Okay, now, I gave you an angle right here. There are 4 different ways that I could name this angle, and I'm curious if any of you think you could guess one of those 4 ways. True it. Oh, I'll get to you. Angle A. Okay, so that's one way you could name this. Angle A. You can name it by its vertex. Okay, angle A. Forrest, did you have a different one, or is that the one you were going to say? Angle 1 is another way you could name this angle. Okay, so you may name it if there's a number inside, not an angle measure. So if it said like 36 degrees, we don't say angle 36. But sometimes there's just a number like as a placeholder, kind of like a variable. You may name it by that number, not by the angle measure. You may also name it by the vertex by itself. And then there's 2 other ways, and they're very closely related.
Angle ABC. What?
You're close.
BAC.
BAC. Okay, so one is angle BAC. So who thinks they can give me the other one?
CAB.
CAB. Okay, now here's what I would like to know from you. Why is it those 2 and not ABC? Yeah, Forrest.
Because then it becomes a triangle.
Okay, it's a triangle if you go in that order, A to B to C, you would have kind of another line drawn in there.
I think it has to do with the order of the lines being drawn. So like the middle point is A, right?
Right.
That's where they meet.
Always.
The vertex stays. So the vertex goes in the middle.
Yes, perfect. Your vertex is always the middle. Okay, so we cannot call it ACB, and we cannot call it ABC, okay, because your vertex has to be in the middle. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Okay, then tell me, in this problem, angle 1, notice, is right here. Now, I said there were 4 ways to name this one. There are not 4 ways to name angle 1 here because we can't call it angle M. Did anyone see why we couldn't call this one angle M?
Because there's 2
There's two. So which one are we talking about, right? Is angle M this? There's actually three. Is angle M this, or is angle M the whole thing? We don't know, okay? So we don't call it angle M. But based on the 4 ways we had to name it, I already called it angle 1. Max, do you think you can give me one of the other ways? I want to know if you can name this angle for me. Angle. So if you have to use 3 letters, right? And we want our middle one to be KMJ. We're going to go back this way. We want the orange angle. So KMJ would be 1. Xavier, you want to try the other one? JMK. Okay, those are the only other 2 ways to name angle 1. All right? So 3 letters, vertex has to be the middle one. Good on that? Okay. We're going to jump over this measuring part for just a second because that's where the protractor comes in. We're going to do the classifying first. Okay, so look at right below this. I think you guys can probably tell me 3 of these 4, maybe, just from like elementary math, if you paid attention way back when. We'll see if you know any of these. Can anyone tell me what type of angle any of these 4 might be?
125. Acute. Oh, wait, I'm on the wrong one. It's the first one.
The first one is acute, right? If an angle is between 0 and 90, does that include 0 and 90? No. Less than 90, greater than 0 is acute, okay? If it hits 90, now we're here, that is a right angle, okay? So when it has a 90-degree angle there, that is a right angle. Okay? And then obtuse. When it's greater than 90, less than 180, we call that obtuse. And then this last one is not as commonly used, so you might not know what this one's called. Straight. Check you out. That is a straight angle, okay? It makes a straight line. It's 180 degrees. Guys, that shows up a lot in this class. When you have a straight line, it's 180 degrees, okay? We'll talk more about that as we go, but it does show up a lot. Questions on that? Okay, I'm gonna stop the video at this point because I can't really show you how to measure with a protractor on the video anyway. But if you have a protractor with you, go ahead and get that out.